back again. You know, we bag to back, like MJ in the 90s. You heard? So, we got Lulu here. You guys have seen Lulu quite a few times, you know. We're polishing up Lulu because her time with us is coming to an end. So, you know, we're just putting finishing touches on Lulu. So right now what we're working on is some heavy impulse control, right? So she has a bowl of food there. I have some food in my pocket. Now Lulu is a very highly food-driven dog, right? And as you can see, she's ignoring that food. She knows the food is there. Watch this. She wants the food. Lulu. Yes, good girl. So she wants that food, right? This is the same food. I don't have anything special. It's the exact same food that's in that bowl, right? It's her regular kibble. That's all I'm using is her regular kibble, right? So she wants that food. Matter of fact, watch this. Lulu, eat. There you go. Good girl. So you see she wants the food, right? So we're gonna work on some impulse control. As a matter of fact, I might ump the Annie. Yes, good girl. That's a good girl. Sit. That's a good girl, right? So I might up the ante and throw some food on the ground and walk through the food, right? So we'll see. But what we're working on is impulse control, right? Nope. Sit. Right? Sit. Yes, that's a good girl. Yes. Sit. Yes. So basically what I did just now, so you know what I did, right? Just because I give you a reward doesn't mean break the command, right? A lot of people make that very simple mistake. When the dog does what you want them to do, right? You give them a reward, in their mind, that automatically means break the command, right? This is why most people don't know how to get a dog to perform without using a treat, right? Because they miss that very little step, right? And it's a very innocent thing. It's not something that, hey, sit. Yes, there you go. You gotta hold them accountable. You gotta hold them accountable, folks, right? It's a very little innocent mistake that most people don't pick up on, but that is literally the main reason why most people don't know how to transition from presenting a treat to a dog. The dog does what you want it to do. Then when you give the dog the food, the dog thinks, okay, now I don't have to do that thing anymore. Wrong. You still got to do what I asked you to do. I'm just keeping you motivated. Hey, sit. Yes. I'm just keeping you motivated by giving you a reward. We all need motivation, folks. There's nothing wrong with motivating a dog. We all need it. We get motivated to go to work because we get money in exchange, which means we can take our money and go buy the things that we want to buy, right? It's all levels of rewards, right? So her currency is eating. So now what we're going to do, we're going to use something that we know she wants, right? We're going to actually use it as a tool and still give her what she wants. But the difference is she gets it from my hand, which gives me more leverage, right? Gives me more engagement, gives me more importance, right? So let's do it. Lily, heel. Sit. Hey, right there. Sit.
Gray said hello.
Hey, what's going on, Dre? You said Dre, right?
Nah, Gray.
Oh, great. What's going on, Gray? How you doing? Appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate the support. All right. So now what we're gonna do is sit. Come. Yes. Place. Sit. Sit. Yes. There we go. That's a good girl. Yes. Now I'm not. There we go. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Yes. Down. Down. Yeah. That's a good girl. Now, pay attention. If she gets up, the reward goes away. Yes, that's a good girl. That's a good girl. I'm going to keep rewarding her to let her know this is what I want, right? Yes, that's a good girl. Yes. Now we're testing her impulse control, right? We want to see how long she's going to hold this position. Nope. Sit. Good girl. Down. Six. Yes, that's a good girl. Yes. Down. There we go. Good girl. Yes, down. Good girl. There we go. Good. There we go. So with the dog like Lulu, right? As you can see, I'm holding her accountable, right? You're going to get held accountable. What I'm also going to do is make sure I balance that with, hey, look, I know this is tough for you. I know you don't want to do this. So I'm going to do whatever I can to keep you motivated because we got to get this training done, right? We have to get it done. There's no other options, right? So I'm going to do whatever I can to keep you motivated, but understand you still have to perform, right? This is a benevolent dictatorship. This is not a democracy. You have to do it because the result of you not doing it is you being out of control, right? And then I have to be, as the owner, if I don't have control over my dog, I have to develop high levels of anxiety because I don't know if I can trust you or not, right? In situations like this, right? That's the flip side of that. This is why I have a job, right? Because we have a whole bunch of dogs in the world that are not being held accountable. And then the owner gets stressed out. And it's like, I can't even walk my dog without the dog pulling me all over the place, right? Well, it's because you never told the dog that it wasn't okay for you to pull me all over the place, right? You got upset about it, but you never told the dog that it was a problem, right? So this is why I do these videos, right? Because again, I think the videos for the basic obedience, sit down, like all of that stuff is good, right? But that's very cookie cutter, right? It's fairly easy to teach a dog to do those things, right? If you understand basic physiology, it's very easy to pull up on a leash. And eventually the dog is going to put his butt on the ground. I mean, I knew that before I knew anything about training. I just love dogs because I saw somebody else do it, right? But I didn't understand the psychology behind it. My goal is to rehabilitate dogs, get them back to being a dog, because a lot of dogs aren't dogs anymore. They look like dogs, they bark like dogs, but they don't act like dogs. They act like insecure humans, right? So my job or my goal is to get the dog back to being a dog and then teach you how to communicate with your dog by getting you to understand your dog, right? So that way you can understand how to relay the message to your dog so you and your dog can have a better relationship, okay? The problem is most people are expecting way too much out of a dog. What do I mean by that? You're expecting a dog to understand human as opposed to being the superior being, being the smarter being, and understanding a inferior being. So it makes it easier for you to communicate with the inferior being. It is impossible for the inferior being to understand the superior being. This is why you are superior, right? I know that was a lot of SAT words, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying. So this is my goal. This is why I do these videos in real time. There's no editing, right? You see all of my videos straight through. You see all the mistakes. You see all the, what do you call it? The B-roll or the, what do they call the cuts after the everything is looked all pretty, right? I give you the real because I want you to understand what it means to be a trainer, right? I make it look easy because this is what I do, right? Just like you can go to your job every single day and make your job look easy and I'll be confused, right? But I give you everything because I want you to be able to duplicate this when the dog comes back to you. Because the biggest issue, I'm gonna be honest with you guys as a trainer. The reason why board and trains get a bad reputation most of the time, hey, gotta hold her accountable. Lulu, right here, hey, sit. Take it down. Yes. Down. Yes. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Yes. Give me a second. Got to hold her accountable. Okay.
Girl on Paul said your dog is cute, and then she put in parentheses, I like to go by Xylo.
Xylem? I don't know what that is, but thank you though. I appreciate it. So yes. So what was I saying? I forgot what was the last thing I was saying.
I just forgot to.
Yeah, it's okay. Excuse me as I eat sunflower seeds. So yes, folks. Oh, boarding trains get a bad reputation. Hey, right here. Hold on. Sit. Yes. Down. Yes. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Yes. So yes, boarding trains get a bad reputation because the human doesn't know what to do to maintain this, right? Trainers, we can get dogs to do this all day, every day. This is what we do. But if we don't teach, nope. Sit. Yes. So if we don't teach you how to get this, right, then anything that I do in 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 weeks with your dog is not going to mean nothing in 8 months with you, right? Time is always going to win the battle. You're going to spend way more time with your dog than I ever will, right? Because if I spend more time with your dog than you do, then it's my dog, right? I don't want your dog. I got enough dogs of my own that I need to deal with, right? So my goal is never to train the dog, right? Now, obviously, you're looking at the video where obviously you're training the dog. Yes, I am, right? But that is not my main motivation. My main motivation is to train you so you can maintain this. I know I can train a dog. My goal is to train you. Can I train the human? Because again, if you have a bad dog,
Somebody texted you.
huh?
Somebody texted you.
That's fine. If you got a bad dog, that's not a dog problem, that's a you problem. So let's hold Miss Lulu accountable. Sit. Yes. Down. Yes. Good girl. And we're gonna break her in a minute so she gets a break. Because I know we're reaching her threshold, but we gotta push through that threshold, right? We gotta push through it. That's the only way she's gonna learn. That's the only way she's gonna learn. There's no magic pill to this, people. Diligence, persistence, consistency, patience. That is it. That is literally the blueprint. So, look, folks. Like I said, if you got a bad dog, that's not a that's not a dog problem. That's a you problem. Maybe you need to come see me so I can help you. With that being said, if you have any questions, you can always reach out, 815-351-6636. You can text me. That's the best way to get me. If you call me, I might miss your call, and I might never get back to the call because I get so many missed calls. You got to leave me a text. Don't leave me a voicemail because I'm terrible at listening to voicemails. I actually get anxiety when I see voicemails because I hate listening to them. I'm just being honest. This is me being vulnerable to you guys. Don't judge me. Text me. I'll get back to you. You can send me an email, thestructuredk9academy@gmail.com. You can leave a comment below. I'm being honest. I probably have missed the comment, so you better text me because that's the best way to get me. And look, folks, until the next video, peace and prosperity. Miss Lulu, come on, mama. Yes, good girl. Right here, Lulu, come. Yes, right here, sit. Yeah, that's so good. Sit. Good girl. Down. Yes, come on, Lulu. Good girl. That's a good girl, right here. Lulu, right here. Yes, good girl. That's a good girl. That's a good girl, Lulu. That's a good girl, Lulu.